The big concern, I think, for everybody, parents, teachers alike, is this just going to be an easy way for kids to get to the end product? Is there going to be plagiarism? Are they really going to learn through this? If you provide clarity about how some tool is going to be used, it allows them to use it to the maximum effect. We've found a lot of uses. And so we're talking about writing. We teach STEM courses. And in our STEM courses, our students have been able to research the way to start projects in ways that they've never dreamed were even possible because they're basing it off their interests. And so there is the right time early in any process is a great time to use AI because it can generate the beginning of a process that the student gets to finish.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to AI for Student Success. We're going to talk about being productive and learning future skills. If you are a parent or a guardian watching this and you've wondered, how do I use this new tool called AI? Well, in this program, you're going to learn AI skills to enhance your students' love of learning, educational experience, and especially preparation for their bright future. That's a little plug because I have a book out called Light, Bright, and Polite. Now, we have an incredible guest for you here today. He's an absolute expert, and he's going to give us some insights as we go through some of this AI stuff. I'm so grateful for Dr. Chip K for being here today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Chip Kay. I'm the superintendent at Columbus Public Schools in Columbus, Nebraska. We're located just an hour away from Omaha and Lincoln. We're the home to over 4,200 students, and we have 10 buildings that house all of our kids in grades PK through 12.
Let's go ahead and dive on in. Superintendent, I want to walk you through the three biggest AI tools that seem to be all over, and I want to get your insights in a sec on which ones you're using the most. ChatGPT on the far left is owned by OpenAI, and it's really the original AI tool that's turning 2 years old here soon. It has access to the web in most circumstances, really good web access. It can create images, which people are afraid of. And then there's Google's Gemini, which is gemini.google.com, owned by Google, full access to the web, limited image creation. It's getting better by the day, it seems like. And then there's a tool called Claude. It's owned by Anthropic, perhaps the best at reasoning and programming, but it doesn't do images or internet access as of today. Superintendent, I want to get your insight. What are parents and your staff using in your community?
So we've seen a lot of use with ChatGPT and Gemini, and we actually encourage the right kind of use. We've been fortunate that our English department in middle school and high school has adopted AI as a way to help kids improve their critical thinking and reading and writing skills.
That's terrific. Superintendent, we talk a lot about prompt engineering. And one of the biggest things that parents are afraid of is what does this mean? These buzzwords. I want to walk you through how we're presenting to parents a simple way to look at prompt engineering. And then I want to get your insight on how you take it to the next level. So here we go, parents. Parents, I want to show you prompt engineering. Prompt engineering essentially is asking a question in a specific way to get the best answer from AI. Now let's show you an example. Let's learn how we can cook better using AI. We're going to use this paragraph of text and I'm going to analyze it using colors. Now, we don't put colors into AI, but I think they're helpful for us to understand what we're doing here. First, we're going to tell AI how it should think so it can unlock all the knowledge in that subject or domain. You'll see right here, I wrote, pretend you are a chef that makes healthy food. Next, we're going to write in green, I want to make something delicious for dinner for my 2 kids and wife. We're going to tell it what we're going to do with the information so it has context. Next, we're going to give it specific input. I have 3 frozen chicken breasts, 3 sweet potatoes, some broccoli, a lemon, some eggs, almond milk, chickpeas, and so on. And then last, make me 2 recipe options with measurement instructions and clear steps a beginner like me can follow. We're defining the way that the outcome should be formatted or how many outcomes there should be. Now let's go ahead and take this and dive on into AI. Now we're over to ChatGPT version 4.0, and we're going to drop that exact paragraph in and ask it to give us the recipe. So option 1, lemon herb chicken with quinoa and roasted vegetables. It's going to give us the ingredients list of exactly what we need from the refrigerator. It might even get creative and throw in a couple other things it hopes that we have. In addition, it gives us instructions for a beginner like me. Thaw the chicken, preheat the oven, prepare the vegetables, step by step. And you can ask it for more information from there. I want to add this or do this and so on. Now let's have AI help us create a morning routine for a teenager. The first thing we're going to tell it is pretend you are an expert at morning routines with a background as a life coach, a nutritionist, and a morning person. Sometimes I'll even say with 20 plus years of experience. And that tells AI how it should think because it has all of the world's data from the internet. We're basically saying, put on this hat or this hat and give us the answer from this perspective so that it can unlock all the knowledge in that subject or domain. The next thing we put in green here is help me to become a morning person by creating a morning routine in a timeline. We're telling it what we're going to do with the information so it has context. This is a great example for a teen to use AI to to better their life. Now, in red, these are the tasks I need to complete before school: exercise, take out the dog for a walk, shower, get ready, eat breakfast. And we're giving it specific input. The more, the better, believe it or not. Some of my friends say, "You're kind of crazy. You're giving it all this data." And then they are shocked at the outcome. And last, define the way the outcomes should be formatted or how many outcomes there should be. So my goal is to be 5 minutes early for school each day. You could put 10 maybe. I wake up at 6:30 and I need to ride my bike to school at 7:30 to be on time. Let's go ahead and put this into ChatGPT. Okay, we're back over to ChatGPT. I'm going to click this little button in the upper left to create a new chat. It's that easy. Then I'm going to drop in the prompt that we just created and I'm going to press enter. Now, this is so neat. Let's create a morning routine for, okay, everyone. So that was prompt engineering. You can watch the rest of the video at smartsocial.com. You know that your school district has partnered with us, and all the parents watching this that are partners, your school district has essentially unlocked our whole platform. Prompt engineering is a big thing that we teach. I'd love to get your insights, Superintendent. What are some of the prompts that you suggest that parents use at home based on what you just saw?
Yeah, so Josh, we do what's called expressive writing, and we tell kids write sloppy. And the nice thing about AI is it will correct that and give you an output. Then we ask kids, and this is a great thing to do at home with your parent, is go through and critique that. How accurate is the output? Can you research what was done? Can you do the English checking on it? It's also been great to do the same thing where we'll have kids format thoughts or format research, then use that outline that's generated in AI to do further research for accuracy. We continue to focus on the fact that AI is a great tool to help you get organized and to get things in a really usable format, but still requires that personal input to ensure the accuracy and that it's delivering the message you want delivered.
Oh, such a great thing. I'm going to learn so much from you. The expressive writing is such a great point. And all of you parents right now that are thinking, wait, I want my kid to write perfectly the first time, they're actually going to learn through this process. And that's kind of what the superintendent just mentioned is we can sometimes throw spaghetti into the system and it'll clean it up and organize it. And what I mean by that is, hey, I'm going to brainstorm with you, AI. I'm going to throw a lot of ideas. Please clean these up. Again, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what's going on. And it'll bullet it out almost like a well-crafted assistant might do, which is so neat. I love that. All the parents watching right now, Smart Social has shifted into a vertical video organization where in 59 seconds, we share with you very important parts of a topic that we teach all year long. And every single month, we have a huge program that we teach. And in this case, it's AI. We're going to walk through a few of these. Parents, superintendents ask us, AI sounds intimidating. What's a practical way that I can use it inside of an app? I already have. Well, let me show everyone how you can use it inside of the Google app for free. Did you know you have a free AI tool in your back pocket? First, go to the App Store on your iPhone and search for the Google app. It looks like that. Now download it and log in with your Gmail address. Now look for the star icon at the top and tap on that. You can see it right up there. This opens and activates the Google Gemini AI feature inside of the app. Next, click on the voice icon down at the bottom and ask it a question with your own voice. It will not only provide an answer, but it'll also read it back to you. Let's try one. Has it ever snowed on the 4th of July in the USA? Where did it snow? This is perfect for learning on the go, whether you're in the car or at home. And it's a great way for kids to learn important things, and you can make it a fun family activity.
The most famous example is the event that occurred in Ely, Minnesota in 1917, when a blizzard blanketed the town in over 3 feet of snow.
Visit smartsocial.com for over 400 resources to keep your family safe online. So, Superintendent, you mentioned expressive writing and write sloppy. I love that. Do you have any ideas on maybe brainstorming that parents could use at home to be a better tutor at home, better at supporting their kids' future learning using a very simple free tool like we just saw?
Absolutely. So we recommend when we use the Gemini tool, and of course, we're a Chromebook school, so our kids all have Gemini built right into what their tool belt, and it's fantastic at summarization. And so what we challenge kids to do is, for some of their longer reading projects, is summarize what you think you've read. Then go ahead and put the data into Gemini, let Gemini summarize it for you and compare and contrast what you're reading. I think for parents, Josh, what a wonderful tool to help you support your children with their reading, with their writing. We've seen it with social studies, science, a lot of those research-based. We're even seeing the use with our AP classes and parents being able to side by side support their kids in those AP classes.
I love that. And there's so many upsides. Parents, if you're afraid right now, oh no, cheating, we get that. There's downsides to every new tool. We get it, but there's so many upsides. And we want to make sure that your student has so much specific learning around the way that they want to learn. And that could be maybe they're visual, maybe they like talking about baseball a lot. So we compare things. And so let's actually dive into that next topic, Superintendent. Parents are asking us, how can I use AI to help my child with their homework when a teacher's not available? Well, let me show you how your child can use ChatGPT or Gemini as a tutor. Here we go. Parents or teens, have you ever struggled to really fully understand a difficult topic? For teens, it might be physics. For parents, it might be something totally different. If you've ever struggled with something like that, you're going to want to watch this video. Now, imagine you're studying a difficult concept like physics, but the textbook's explanation is really dense. It's hard to digest. Happens to me all the time. Instead of skipping over that section or feeling overwhelmed, here's how you can use a tool like ChatGPT effectively. Now, first, you need to talk to your teachers or a trusted adult to make sure they're okay with this technique. Now, for example, maybe you're confused about how the Doppler effect works. Consider copying a specific section from your textbook that you might find confusing. You can then paste that text into ChatGPT or any other AI tool that maybe your school approves of and ask, AI, can you explain this in simpler terms? Now, make sure to specify any parts that are tricky to you or any specific questions you have. Sometimes I ask it, can you explain this topic in 5 to 10 bullets? Now, the AI tool will then respond with a simplified explanation. If there's still a part of it you don't understand, you can ask it to simplify the explanation more until you understand that part of it clearly. We call that refining the answer. Then you can use this explanation to revise your notes and better study. Now, don't just read the simplified version, try and engage with it. Compare it with your textbook to see how the concepts match up and where the gaps in your understanding are. The goal here is that you retain the information so you can do well on your own on a test, where you can explain it to your teacher in the future and really understand the concept. We're not asking it to do our work. We're asking it to deepen our understanding of complex material. Okay, Superintendent, we're back over to you. You talked a little bit about it's fantastic at summarizing and helping parents. Some parents are struggling with these complex materials. It could be calculus. It could be something we haven't used for years, but they need to learn at home. And what would your advice be to parents so that they can use the AI tools to get personalized learning at home for their kids, but also put guardrails on it to look over the kid's shoulder? What's your tip there?
So, Josh, I think the video you just showed is a perfect example of the power of AI. And we never want to use AI as a copy and paste tool to basically be the solution to a question. But one of the great things we ask that students and parents can do together is take complex reading, ask AI to simply create an outline, then go back and have your student fill in the details of the outline. That way, it helps them comprehend the main points. Sometimes pulling those main points can be a real challenge. And so we want to make sure that they understand you're only providing them a framework for learning, not counting on AI to do the learning for them.
I love that. And you basically said, without saying it, let's think bigger picture and let AI help us look at what are the best practices are, which is super exciting. And that really dovetails nicely into the next question parents ask us. Parents ask SmartSocial. We have a couple million people a year visiting our website that ask us these questions as we teach nationwide in states all over the country. How do teachers think students should be using AI in the classroom? Well, let us share with you how some teachers suggest your child can use AI in the classroom to enhance student learning and minimize cheating.
Using AI to brainstorm early in the process, that's probably safer. The earlier in the process, the better. I worry, though, about kids who are not confident in their own writing. They're more likely to be like, oh, this is what this computer spat back and it looks really good. I'm going to maybe change one or two words. To me, that's not creative. If you're really struggling for ideas, if a teacher gives you a prompt on the motivation of a certain character in a book that you have actually read, but you have no idea what the teacher's asking you, sure, I think it's okay to look at a computer-generated response to that. The only way to handle these admittedly very gray areas right now is constant communication. Hey, when is it okay in my writing process, in my researching process, when is it okay for me to use these tools? As long as that communication is clear, AI generated text can be useful in an early stage in all these processes.
What is your insight, Superintendent, on what the English teacher just said?
So I think he's spot on. And we have some apprehension because the big concern, I think, for everybody, parents, teachers alike, is this just going to be an easy way for kids to get to the end product? Is there going to be plagiarism? Are they really going to learn through this? And I like when you use the term guardrails before, Josh, because that's what we talk about is if you provide clarity about how some tool is going to be used, it allows them to use it to the maximum effect. We've found a lot of uses. And so we're talking about writing. We teach STEM courses. And in our STEM courses, our students have been able to research the way to start projects in ways that they've never dreamed were even possible because they're basing it off their interests. And so there is the right time early in any process is a great time to use AI because it can generate the beginning of a process that the student gets to finish.
Yeah. And I really think superintendent in every industry. So I'm speaking to all the parents here right now, whether you have a motorcycle you're working on the backyard, or whether you want to learn how to fix the water spots in your kitchen, or how hard is it to find out if it's a load bearing wall in your house when you're trying to understand what the phrases are that the contractor used when they gave you a bid. I mean, it really is the whole gamut. It can teach you as a parent, as a homeowner, as a tinkerer, anything you want to know. And we're noticing that it's still a wild, wild west really early. And a lot of people forget, oh, I can go to AI and just ask that. Like, what are the best steps in finding out how to make sure my house isn't as cold in the winter? It gives you a million steps. So parents, rather than being intimidated by it, maybe try it, have your kids teach you it. And it is phenomenal once we as families start to figure that out. Superintendent, set me straight. Did I get anything wrong? Is there anything you would add there?
No, I think you're spot on. And I want to share quickly about one of my favorite projects. Our fifth graders do career exploration. They go to AI, they type in what they want to do and how they can get there. It maps out everything they should take from high school classes, if they should go to college, what they should do for jobs. We have fifth graders who can tell you more detailed information about what it takes to be a firefighter or an astrophysicist than most career counselors can.
I love that. And I wish when we were kids, we had that because, things were different. And every parent watching this often will say, I wish these tools were around when I was a kid to guide me and stuff. So that's a great, great example. So superintendent, other school districts have asked us, we're seeing students creating AI companions. Are you seeing this nationwide? What are the dangers? Well, let me share with what you as a district leader, or especially as parents watching this, what you need to know about AI companions. Parents, do you know what AI chatbots are and how they might be interacting with your kids? At SmartSocial.com, we're big fans of AI. It's an incredible tool for tutoring students on subjects of all topics. However, lately, we've been hearing some concerns from school administrators. They say some students are creating AI friends, even AI girlfriends and boyfriends. These chatbots are keeping kids from focusing on their schoolwork. Now, anything that pulls our focus away from learning is a problem. These AI companions are designed to be easy to talk with and available 24/7 for teens. And that convenience can lead students to rely on them instead of learning to navigate real-life friendships. Be sure to have an open dialogue with your kids about why it's vital for our students to interact with peers in real life and make in-person friends. So, Superintendent, I want to show you the top 3 weirdest AI chatbots. I don't like to use the word weird, but a little bit almost creepy. The first one is number 47 in the Apple iPhone App Store. It's in what we call our red zone. It's C.AI, and it stands for really like character.ai. And here's how they market to our kids. AI chat just got real. Millions of users, user-created characters that you can scroll through and click one and chat with. Interactive entertainment. And you can actually dial them and they will say, hello, do this. And it's using the ChatGPT API to create a voice that then interacts with you. Very unusual. And then personalized help tailored just for you, where you can chat, get dating advice, and so on. But that's not it. There's another one in our red zone called Poly.ai, create an AI chatbot. And this one's weird because a lot of parents, you might let your kids use Discord a little bit of a dangerous app in our red zone as well. And this one looks like the Discord logo a little bit. And it says it's number 15 in entertainment. Explore countless characters, your conversations your way, bring your imagination to life. Again, a little scary. And the last one I want to show you, Superintendent, is PNK. Again, in our red zone, dangerous. They encourage you to chat now, swipe and chat with new friends. They say chat now, explore new friends. All of our spidey senses are tingling right now because that's a little creepy, encouraging children to chat with new people online. Laugh with funny people and be you, express yourself. This is top 20 in social networking working, 10,000 ratings, a little scary. Superintendent, what is your advice to parents on how to strengthen that dialogue with kids so that the kids ahead of time know that if they're talking with strangers online, that they might need to go back to a trusted adult?
Yeah. So, Josh, we have those conversations with our students all the time, and we run meetings and groups at the start of every school year because technology is a great tool. But being present and engaged in the moment means being able to be present and engaged with people. And, whether you're texting or communicating with someone you know, and you have physically seen and is, like you said, and a trusted adult or a trusted friend, those are safe ways to communicate. And we really emphasize the dangerous ways to communicate are to communicate with the unknown, communicate with somebody you don't know, somebody you've not seen, somebody you can't be present and engaged with. And we also talk quite explicitly about what never to share online, even with people you think you might know.
That's a great little checklist. And I like how you basically say the unknown, people you don't know. I'm going to add to that, Superintendent, steal this and run with it. We like to define a stranger because if kids know what a stranger is, and once someone's chatting with them online, kids will often say, wait, that's not a stranger, Mom. That's my friend through Fortnite. I've been chatting with them for 3 weeks. So we like to remind students, a stranger is anyone who isn't sitting in the classroom with you at school, who isn't a staff member that you know, and who isn't someone that your parents introduced you around the dinner table. Everybody else essentially is a stranger until your parents introduce you to them or the school introduce you to them. Can you expand upon that? What would your definition of a stranger be to kids to help them really understand that?
So I think we're right in line, Josh. We talk about somebody you can see and somebody that you've been introduced to by family or somebody you've seen in your school. But not only have you seen in your school, they're a trusted person in your school. So even though you might have seen an adult who's just been in school, if you have not spoken with them, if they're not considered a trusted adult, if they can't be identified, that's probably not somebody that you should see as a friend or a new friend or somebody you want to get to know. Always be fearful of the things you can't see for real.
Excellent pro tip. All right. Thank you to all the parents who've joined us here today. Once again, SmartSocial provides 54 plus live parent incredible events nationwide that you can join from a click from the convenience of your home. We have teen-led video lessons, so real teens in just about every one of our programs, and a premium parent newsletter. If your district isn't yet a partner yet, have them chat with us. We'd love to make this free for your community. Superintendent, this has been a blast. You've had a lot of really great tips. I want to thank you for coming out here today.
Thanks, Josh. It's been awesome.
Thank you. For the rest of you that are watching right now, remember SmartSocial's here to keep your kids safe on social media so they can be successful and someday shine online. I'm Josh Ochs, the founder of SmartSocial. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you on the next video.